Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Noonesland. It's actually no one's land, but because of the way it was written, it's all one word. This is by FarmerBOB, 50.97 megabytes download. This is the 1x version. FarmerBOB has also done a 4x version, of which this bears no resemblance. I think a lot of people were just expecting a shrunk down version of the 4x or a section of the 4x, but it is very different as far as I can tell. I haven't played on the 4x one, but I've had a quick look over there to see. Now, again, before I get letters, the thumbnail, people are very anti AI thumbnails and stuff like that. That thumbnail I've taken from the map maker's own images they've put up of their map. I didn't make that, that was, you know. Anyway, I'm at the start farm. The map looks like this. Now, when you start the map, you will start up here, over towards the river. But you don't start with a vehicle, anything like that, and you have to walk then to get to wherever you're going to go. So I thought, we'll jump to the farm and we'll start at the farm. Now, this is... I understand the concept, don't get me wrong. It's an odd one, to say the least. It's a pioneering map-ish. It's a if you build it they will come style thing. So it's not pioneering as in you've got to clear all the forests before you can start. It's not even one where you've got some forestry and some fields. It's predominantly field work. I mean, you have a look around, there's a lot of fields on here, which is very cool. That's fine. Contracts are available. There are no custom crop types. It says there are 25 collectibles. I haven't found one yet, but it says there are 25. Now, we've got Farmland 1 here, which on New Farmer you start with, and you've got Farmland 45 up the top, which you also start with. That takes up a big chunk of the sort of the periphery, the outer edge and stuff of the map, and a couple of other little bits here and there. But here's my gripe with that, is this is your start farm. Your start farm is on that land. So on New Farmer, that's a big thing. On Farm Management Start from scratch, not really too much of a problem because you don't start with any equipment and machinery or buildings or anything on there. What I don't understand is the NPCs on here. Noah potentially and Katie potentially, but Ben's just like in a field, just stood in amongst some bushes. As is David down here, which is a curious one. But anyway, they're on here for a chat if you want to have a chat. Field prices. Let's just go across to farmland and we'll see. So click on that. Field prices are pretty good for the size of the fields. Not too bad at all. And as you can see on New Farmer, we do start with, so this is, if I click on plot 1, which is that there, that is all of this, all the sides, not the field bits, this bit in the middle, this bit here, all around here. But that is 4,902,132. So on Farm Manager, Farm Management Start from scratch, you won't have enough money to buy that land anyway. So you'd have to work your way up to getting that land if you wanted it. But you could, I guess, start your farm elsewhere. The problem being that all of the placeable areas are on that land. I don't know. It's a weird one. I personally would have preferred to have seen maybe that plot as a separate plot. Maybe if you're going to buy the plots of land that the productions are on, not productions, well, yeah, productions, the vehicle workshop, animal dealer, to add more detail, that kind of stuff, and decoration. Maybe a separate plots, but anyway. And then you've got plot 45 up the top here, which is this bit across the river, which is also quite cool. I'll show you in a minute. I'll go airborne, because just up here, it's difficult to tell on the map. There's like a ford, there's a crossing point over here to get across that plot of land if you wanted to use it. That's entirely up to you. So like I say, the premise being, you come on and you make the map your own. You kind of, it's a canvas for you to do whatever you want. But like I say, there are some quirky kind of things with it that are a little bit. That was weird. What happened there? My controller had a mind of its own. So we'll come out of there. As far as under build mode, there are no required mods to download. There's nothing over and above anything in build mode. It's all base game stuff, all standard stuff. Slot count. Yeah, 683 is the slot count on New Farm, which is what I'm on. And we start with the farmhouse here. Water is just there for a chat. So sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger is just there at the farmhouse. We start with the Farmer 400 silo, 400,000 litres, standard crop type. We've got plough, trailer, cultivator, seeder. harvester, header and header trailer, and then we've got a bit of a shed here. Say a bit of a shed. We have a whole shed. It's not a bit of a shed. We have the whole shed. Okay, something's gone very wrong here. I'm getting weird things happening with my controller. That's... No. It's not done that before. Anyway, let's see if it does that again. Tractor, sprayer in the barn here. And around the side we've got a fuel point. Just there. I think it's a 5,000, isn't it? Yeah, 5,000 litres you can refill yourself. That, in essence, is the main farm. There's a couple of clunky bits here and there, you know, like little bits like that. Fence post missing, this odd bits. And it might get an update, I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But all of that can be removed if you want to. And like I say, on farm management start from scratch, you don't start with any of it. This farm area will look like this. So yeah, I mean, and the good thing is as well, you've got big open spaces to do what you want. My advice, I mean, again, it comes down to how you feel about this sort of map. Anyway, if you were going to play on this sort of map, but you don't want to have all that land, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because to get all of that land to have access to be able to place stuff wherever you want, it's nearly 5 million. So do you do that off camera before you start and then start? Do you build up to that, work up to buying that, which to get to 5 million, I mean, it's doable. It'll take a little while, but, you know, you'll get there. Especially if you're doing it just on contract work, it will take a little while to get there. But you could do. So, yeah. Now, oh yes, that's what I was going to do, wasn't I? Let's go aerial. So from here, if we go out towards the river, so out here, you've got this bit here with a sort of low point, high point in the water, but crossing point just here, which brings you right the way over, so you can access this bit of land. It's quite wide as well, so I was looking, thinking, oh, you could put a bridge across that. I don't know if we've got any bridges that are big enough to go across that span. And then we've got, where is he? Over here is where Ben is. Ben's just there, just stood waiting for a lift, you know, jumping out on unsuspecting people out the bushes as they come past. I don't know. Anyway, there's those two. Now roadways and stuff, I guess because we started, let me just try something. I'm just curious, just for my own thought process. Okay, because on New Farmer we do start with all the extra bits of land. I was just thinking that some of the roadways seem very big, the gravel roadways, whether or not it'd be possible. It could do. So if you know, I suppose that's the thing, isn't it? With it, it's you can do what you like. So if you think some of the roadways are too big, you can either landscape over them, you could plough them across and make bigger fields. That's the other thing about this as well. Big open spaces. Apart from around the start farm, there's no fencing. The curiosity with this as well, I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you can tell. You can tell because of the way that they are, but if you look at the trees, the style of the type of trees on the map, the only production that's on the map already, and again, some people like that, some people don't, some people prefer to have a map that's packed with productions, some people prefer to have it open so you can put whatever you want on from the mod hub or the base game, that's entirely up to you. We start with the sawmill, and you think, okay, well that's fair enough, you know, there are plenty of sawmills, so you think, well if you start with a sawmill, usually that indicates there's plenty of forestry to be done. So sawmills here, Noah's over here for a chat as well if you want to have a chat with Noah. But as far as forestry goes, all of the trees are that style of tree. There's nothing that I would consider to be like a plantation style tree that you can cut down with a tree harvester, you know. You've got this section behind, so you think, oh, give the sawmills here, we could buy that, But again, if we go airborne from here, all these trees are that same sort of style, and I think pretty much across the map we haven't really got. So again, my mind always ticks over whenever you're in any new map I encounter. I always try and put myself in the mindset of the map maker and think, okay, I wonder why this choice was made, this choice was made, why this would have been done for this reason. Especially if it's something I'm thinking, I don't understand why this has been done. I always wonder why. Why would you not have forests on the map but then have a sawmill when there are plenty of placeable sawmills available in the mod hub and stuff? So it's not like without a sawmill you won't be able to do any forestry. But again, it gives you the scope as well to plant your own forests, to grow them all up. And I said what I used to do that on was FS15 or 17 on Sosnovka. Oh, traffic seems to be okay. On Sosnovka, I would plant tons and tons of trees, then speed up time, and you could only go up to 120 on console. Then it took a while till they'd all grown, I think, after 2 years, and then I'd have forests ready to start my Let's Play, you know, that kind of thing. So it's along those lines, I suppose. Katie is just over there with the animal dealer point. There's no slurry point or manure buy point on this one, but again, all this land is owned as part of the start land, so you've got scope to add and remove and do whatever you want. And again, with all of this, if you feel this is too wide, just landscape it out or do something else with it. It's entirely to you. Vehicle shop just here, workshop trigger just over there. This is the reset point for the map as well. Gas station, purchase point for fuel is just there. That's not a refillable, that is just a buy point for fuel. If we come out, I'm just trying to think, am I going the right way? Where is he? I think I might be on the wrong track. Let's cross over. David is over here somewhere. Again, I think he's just stood by the side of the track. There you go, just about to see his t-shirt. There you go, David's there. David and Ben, lurkers. They're absolute lurkers on this one. Then over here we've got the farmer's market sell point. Just here. So there you go. And that is the map. That's it. That's everything. So, like I say, there's plenty of scope to do what you want. Make it your own. It's not like No Man's Land, which was, you know, for all intents and purposes, a completely blank canvas. I mean, you had trees and rocks and bits and bobs, but all of those could be removed if you wanted them to be. And then you get a lot of maps that are pioneering maps that are just massive amounts of forestry. And then a lot of people don't want to have to spend hours and hours clearing all those trees before they can start playing. This is the other way. All the fields and stuff are all here. The basic necessities are here. You've got your vehicle workshop, you've got an animal dealer, you've got a sawmill, and plenty of fields. So if we come back down and we should have some more contracts showing, you know, fertilising, harvesting, wood transport. So contracts and stuff are available, so you can just get cracking and then just make it what you want. So there you go. That's Noonesland by FarmerBOB. I hope you found all this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.